Since we last met, Bud Chiles, the son of Lawton Chiles, former governor, former United States Senate, has entered the race for governor as an independent. What is the impact of that move? Let's start with you, Mary Ellen.
Well, I think he's got the potential to do some damage to Alex Sink, obviously. She is running a difficult campaign. She doesn't know who her Republican opponent is going to be, but either way, she is, now considered the underdog. And if Bud Chiles pulls any votes away from her, it's going to make it much more difficult. Now, admittedly, he's not going to have a lot of money. He's not going to have a lot of media exposure. But he will be, there is this traditional, he's going to run an anti-establishment campaign. And I think that that's going to appeal to some voters.
Steve, why did he enter as an independent rather than a Democrat?
Well, I haven't spoken to him, but it's obvious that he must have made a calculation that he couldn't beat Alex Sink in the Democratic primary. So he's running as a no-party affiliation candidate in the vanguard of Charlie Crist. Maybe he sees that it's a good year for, non-establishment candidates, which everybody thinks it is. It's been 12 years since his father passed away. It's been 16 years since the name Lawton Chiles has been on a ballot in this state. That's a very long time in Florida. That wouldn't be long if we lived in New Hampshire, but it's a long time down here with the transient nature of the electorate here. I don't see any way that Lawton Chiles Jr., Bud Chiles, can win as an independent candidate, but he can make things very difficult for Alex Sink because some people are going to see that name on the ballot, and it's going to be a bright light. And it's going to recall, especially for older voters, voters over the age of 60, who, by the way, are the preponderance of people. The older you are, the more likely you are to vote. It is an older electorate that shows up in an off-year election. That's potentially trouble for Alex Sink.
David, do you agree that he doesn't have a chance to win, but that he could make a difference in the outcome of the election?
Yeah, I do. It's an interesting but quixotic notion that he can run against the establishment, not taking any PAC money, not taking corporation money, obviously not getting any help from the parties since he's not running as a party candidate. I do think it will appeal to some voters in this sort of anti-incumbent year, this sort of beat the system kind of candidacy, back to the people, which is kind of what his father, rightly or wrongly, kind of what his father stood for too. But I mean, it's also, it's an extreme long shot. He's not going to have any money. He's going to have a hard time getting on TV. But like Mary Ellen said, he probably will take a few votes away from Alex Sink and might pave the way for a Republican to win the governorship.